Showpiece on day one is without a doubt the Champion Hurdle. An incredible race, brilliant horses over the year. The likes of Istabrack, See You Then, Hardy Eustace, some great names, some family names, some household names. A bit like you, Alastair, nodding in the background. And this year, what a renewal we've got. I'll give you a show of betting down the card. We bet 9-4 Honeysuckle, 3-1 EPATANTE. The two mares head the field. 4-1 the mighty Goshen. He's flown into the betting after last weekend. 12-1 bar. We've got Abracadabras there, Sharjah, Silver Streak 14, and Aspire Tower. Davy, I'm going to come straight to you. A race you're yet to win, but an amazing race to ride in, I'm sure. Tell us what it's like to ride in a Champion Hurdle and how it's different to riding in any other hurdle race during the year.
It's an amazing race, right? So again, it's similar to the chase course. So you'll notice when you see, first hurdle very close to the start. So you could nearly count the strides from the tapes to the first hurdle, and then you have this long lingering run from there to the second hurdle, where pretty much a horse could nearly empty out on you that early, because they're going so quick. You have to go down, you have to cross a road, a wood chip road, and you might think all these things, oh yeah, sure, they cross a wood chip road every day of the week, but they never cross it at this pace. So you cross the road, and now you must remember, you have Goshen, you have All Mankind, or sorry, I apologize, you have Henry de Bromhead's horse, Aspire Tower. You have horses like, Jason the Militant, all these horses, really quick horses that want to be forward and going quick.
Not so sleepy.
Like this is speed. I really enjoy on Racing UK where they show the miles per hour. I promise you, when they get to the back of the first hurdle, from there to the second hurdle, they will be maxed out at somewhere in the high 30s, early 40s. And so you can imagine. Now, then you get to the bend. So the winning and the ability for a horse to win a Champion Hurdle can be as important between the first and second hurdle as it can be, from the last to the line. So it's very important that you have that early comfortable pace, and then stamina comes into it. And it just really takes a very, very good horse to win it, as we've seen in the past. But like they'll shut down the engines once they jump the last hurdle with a circle to go and swing around the bend. If you have gotten to that point comfortably, then you can ride your race and have a chance from there. But a lot depends on the back of the first hurdle to that first bend, on what your horse is giving you. And taking all them into consideration, I don't know where like Abracadabras, that's not going to be an issue for him. Bags of pace, he's going to travel the whole way. He's jumping is much better. All Mankind, I couldn't see it being a huge problem. I think he'll be okay with it. Obviously, EPATANTE, bags of gears. She's the one that's going to travel, and the one that just might suffer. Up until I saw her the last day, was the favourite. If she didn't run in Leopardstown, I wasn't convinced she could win a Champion Hurdle.
Why?
Because I didn't think she had the enthusiasm and pace early to get her, hold her posse, and not being tail end Charlie.
And Davy, position is all in all Cheltenham races, but Champion Hurdle as much as any.
Yeah, as much as position, it's comfort. So at any stage, now, you'd get exceptions to every rule, and you look at AP watching with Cheetah linemen, like we've all exceptional, from both man and beast. But these championship races, like if a horse is not in his comfort zone over the first 4 furlongs, that is going to set you back dramatically. So you're going to make the job an awful lot harder. Okay, it can be done. I'm not saying it can't, because there's certain horses can race like that. But in a 2-mile championship race like a Champion Hurdle, them first 4 to 5 furlongs can be extremely important.
Fascinating.
Billy, I'm going to jump to you because you've got a couple of champion hurdlers in it, champion hurdle winners in it. There was an enormous amount of bullishness behind Buvadere before his seasonal opener about a month ago, which didn't go to plan. EPATANTE, she's looking back to her best. Sadly, got beat by Silver Streak, but maybe the jockey got first jump on her that day, and there's still enough market enthusiasm around her to be a 3-1 second favourite. Just give us a little line into where you are with both of them at the moment, and your thoughts mainly on EPATANTE, if you can.
Okay, we'll go Boover there first. Yeah, I mean, we were very happy with his run back. I mean, you're asking a 40-year-old man to go and play a full yeah, exactly. Davy put his hand up there. Exactly, you know.
He said 40, Alastair, not 70.
You're going to ask Davy to have a full book of rides when he comes back on his first day and expect him to give it all in the bumper at the end of the card, if it's over here, obviously. Everything at home he's done has been very impressive. Hannah, who rides him, says he's flying. His work is as good as it has been. He's as enthusiastic as he ever was. And I think he just probably needed that run. Yeah. And I think if he had won that, Nicky possibly gave him a bit too much to do on that heavy ground. But, you know, he didn't have to do too much more to win that race, and he probably would have been a big market contender.
Yeah.
And he's come out of it, and he's in great form. So I think he might be a bit of a dark horse here. You know, as you say, 17 out of 18 have all win top 3 of the betting. But he goes there, and he's in great form. So I don't think he wants to be disregarded. And EPATANTE, obviously, we were very disappointed on Boxing Day in the Christmas hurdle. But that was a hell of a ride from Adam Wedge. I obviously Davy will probably back me up on that. It was incredible. How he dictated that race. He could get a breather into Silver Streak, and it just always looked like we were just couldn't quite. We were always clinging onto his coattails. But in the Fighting Fish, she was class. She picked up so well, like he was nothing. And he came out the other day and won very nicely at Newbury. So he's still a class horse. So if she can be where she was for the Fighting Fifth, and she's been there and done it last year, then surely,
That's very close.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck with the pair of them. Bill, it's a great race, isn't it? It's a good race, a good punters race as well.
Yeah, best race of the first day. I think the two mares with a £7 allowance is the kind of head scratcher for me, because like Davy said, you're worried about the pace of Honeysuckle. EPATANTE's got a tiny question mark to answer after the Kempton run, but they both get £7, which is a big swing. Goshen looked back to something like his best.
He is back.
You can take that one of two ways. Either he handled the ground better than everyone else, or he's back to his best. The price thing with him, they're all kind of sub 4-1, those top 3, and that's the only kind of turn off for me is the price, because the pace they're going to go. We're looking, if we're guessing on whether it's going to be a decent surface, and they're going to go a really strong pace. For me, the two horses that are overpriced at the current market is Silver Streak, who I think is the most improved horse in training, even at the age of 10. I think him at 14s, if the ground dries out and they go a good clip, I think he's just overpriced. And the other one is our old friend Sharjah, who always disappoints at the Dublin Racing Festival and then bounce back. I think he may miss Patrick Mullins if he's not here, but I think that Sharjah at 16s was a big price just for place money. But I go Silver Streak and Sharjah, but race of the meeting for me.
Yeah, I mean, we've all mentioned Alastair. I mean, I'm going to go say, like, my main bet at the festival at Antipost has been Goshen. It was last year, so I'm hoping to recuperate a bit of that money. I'm desperate to see him win.
Is that a head or heart?
It's both, really. I've always thought he was the best horse in the race going into the winter. Things went wrong. The family have got him back. He looks back to his best. I think last year was set to be the most impressive thing I'd seen at Cheltenham since potentially Masterminded blew them all away all those years ago. And Heart wants him to win, and Head wants him to win as well. I think the overpriced one for me is Aspire Tower, but my selection is Goshen. And for you?
I think will be the popular winner of the race because the Moors are held in such high esteem. There was the bad luck story. The horse is clearly back. I think he's become a horse with a real public following.
Yeah.
kind of out of the bluish, really, but it originated in the Triumph Hurdle.
It's this country, Alistair. We don't like heroes. We like the people that suffer, that come back, the losers. The Australians like the winners. The English like the losers. We don't like Lewis Hamilton, do we? We don't have all that. We like the people that put it up to everyone. And Goshen would be a comeback story that everyone could get on board with, I think.
I think at the prices, I'm still interested in Bouverdere because stupid price. I remember after the disaster, I think it was in the Fighting Fifth, when he came back with a lumber yard in his leg. Henderson sent me a picture of the wood that was taken out of his leg, and you would light a big fire in one of those old-fashioned fireplaces with the wood that came out of his leg that day. I didn't think there was much wrong with his run the other day. They mind him like a baby at Nicky's, you know, and he potters off on his own and everything, and they keep that funny Billy fellow off him, I think, you know.
Nowhere near him. Not allowed anywhere near him.
Nowhere near him. Let fat people ride him. I'm a Bouverdere each way man at the prices. I think EPATANTE can be very good. Nobody begrudged Goshen. I'm just not quite convinced about Honeysuckle. I was very interested in Davy's comments about Honeysuckle, although I think the girl, Rachel Blackmore, who rides, is absolutely exceptional.
Well, I think that sums it up, that we've made a case for about 110 of them. It is a fantastic champion hurdle. You've all got one selection I'm going to hold you to. Alistair, you're Bouverdere each way. Yeah. I am Goshen. Billy, you're with EPATANTE, I believe.
No, I'm going to stick with the old man. Oh, Alistair and Bouverdere.
Okay. Davy.
Billy. You look, poor old Luke can't spell Billy, let alone Aprahamian.
I don't need to spell, I need to count, Alistair. I'm all right at that. Davy, your selection, please.
Aspire Tower.
Okay, and Bill, one silver streak each way. Brilliant, guys. That's the Champion Hurdle, a race really, really that everyone's looking forward to.